In recent years, our people have faced some of our toughest challenges, and I've been inspired by the courage and resilience of Californians, health workers, teachers, parents, and kids. You came together, and now you're coming back stronger than ever. As your governor, I promise you, whatever challenges come our way, I will always lead the California way.
Gavin Newsom, courage through crisis.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. No matter how bad your week is, Gavin Newsom's is worse, and that's some cold comfort. Gavin Newsom may wind up in jail, at least he's crying about it. And this is a fight, of course, that he started by allowing a criminal invader migrant parasite army to infest his state, California, the crown jewel of America. And what I mean by that is there's no state that is more richly gifted in natural resources and beauty and in a build of a beautiful society. I mean, check out videos of California from 50 or 60 years ago. It is a literal paradise on earth. And it's been destroyed systematically by the Democrat Party for power. And how did they do that? They imported criminal aliens by the tens of millions in order to flip the state, gave them amnesty, and then gave them all of the federal goodies like welfare, Medicaid, free health care, and so on. They protect this migrant horde because it gives them power. It doesn't matter what the Americans' lives are like in the state of California. Screw those people. They vote against us. We will incentivize the criminal alien army to, of course, behave like criminals, which is what they're doing because these people didn't build California or this nation, and they actually despise it. They don't love this place, and they want to see it destroyed, and that's why they're destroying it on camera. Now, Gavin Newsom incentivized this, fomented it, and has been openly calling for ICE to back off, for the American military to back off, and to let a foreign invasion army just attack them. Now, Tom Homan threatened Gavin Newsom and said, "You'll be arrested if you interfere further in our operations, removing the criminal aliens that you led into the state." Here's Tom Homan's threat.
They can't impede our enforcement efforts. They can't put hands on our officers. They can't knowingly harbor and conceal illegal aliens from us. I said, so if they cross that line, they're going to be prosecuted. And the question was, well, how about Mayor Bass and Governor Newsom? What if they cross that line? I says, they'll be prosecuted too. Haven't they said for the last 4 years, no one's above the law? They cross the line, we'll seek prosecution. You and I would be held accountable. They prosecuted President Trump. No one's above the law. That's what they said. Either is the Governor Newsom. If he crosses that line, we'll simply ask the Attorney General to seek prosecution. It wasn't a threat. No one threatened to arrest him. But if he crosses that line and commits a crime, he's no better than anybody else who will seek prosecution.
In response to this, Gavin Newsom gave a tear-filled threat back. You can hear his voice cracking here, saying, "Come arrest me. Come arrest me, Tom Homan. Make my day."
Has been here 10 years. The fear, the horror, the hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn. But I care about my community. I care about this community. The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up. They need to stop. And we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me. Let's go.
In response to Gavin Newsom saying, "Please come arrest me," Donald Trump said, "Make my day, actually." I would love to see Gavin Newsom arrested.
Gavin Newsom he's daring Tom Homan to come and arrest him. Should he do it? I would do it if I were Tom. I think it's great. Gavin likes the publicity, but I think it would be a great thing. He's done a terrible job. Look, I like Gavin Newsom. He's a nice guy, but he's grossly incompetent. Everybody knows. All you have to do is look at the little railroad he's building. It's about 100 times over budget. We're putting a flagpole over there. Under budget. I always do under budget.
Okay, and now we get to this. Gavin Newsom sobbing and crying live on an interview with the New York Times, talking about his daughter and the LA riots. It's amazing how these libs always make up these stories about their children crying over Donald Trump. It's like a meme at this point. Here we go. California Governor Gavin Newsom continued his all-out messaging war against Donald Trump as he decided to send federal troops to California to quell the riots. Newsom painted himself and his family as a victim of Trump's aggressive posture towards California, revealing that the president made his teenage daughter cry. And Gavin Newsom himself cried. I have a 15-year-old who quite literally came home from school crying because he was told on her last day of school, God is my witness, because she was told her daddy was getting arrested. He told a podcast in the New York Times. Newsom grew emotional as he spoke about the incident, his already hoarse voice cracking. He was referring to the comment that Trump made to reporters, asked the governor to be arrested. I would do it if I were Tom. I think it's great, said Donald Trump. Newsom followed up by defying the president. I told the president, get it over with. Arrest me, he said in an interview. Arrest me. Tough guy, man. Tough guy. They are such beta cucks. Gavin Newsom was crying, clearly, in his massive address to the nation. Gavin Newsom gave a teary, silent movie, maybe like an homage to early Hollywood, I'm not sure. Gavin Newsom, clearly with red eyes, with tears in his eyes, released this to the world.
Okay, we are working on the audio. Not sure if that's on the governor's end, but we're working to get that production up and running for you so you can listen in. We certainly will have excerpts of what the governor has said, but we're efforting to get the audio working so we can hear Governor Newsom's speech.
So yeah, this is why you don't hire DEI. It was totally silent. And then when Gavin Newsom finally was able to get his pre-recorded live address to the nation up, it sounded, well, like this.
Again, thanks to our law enforcement officers and the majority of Angelenos who protested peacefully, the situation was winding down and was concentrated in just a few square blocks downtown. With that, that's not what Donald Trump wanted. He again chose escalation. He chose more force. He chose theatrics over public safety. He federalized another 2,000 Guard members. He deployed more than 700 active U.S. Marines. These are the men and women trained for foreign combat, not domestic law enforcement. We honor their service. We honor their bravery. But we do not want our streets militarized by our own armed forces, not in LA, not in California, not anywhere. We're seeing unmarked cars in school parking lots, kids afraid of attending their own graduation. Trump is pulling a military dragnet all across Los Angeles, well beyond his stated intent to just go after violent and serious criminals. His agents are arresting dishwashers, gardeners, day laborers, and seamstresses. That's just weakness masquerading as strength. Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities. They're traumatizing our communities. And that seems to be the entire point.
And there is your problem, ladies and gentlemen. You have total and complete incompetence and a broken system in California run by broken, weepy-eyed beta men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men like Gavin Newsom, and weak men like Gavin Newsom create hard times. Hard times create strong men, and so on and so forth. The cycle continues. One thing that I think is undervalued in this news cycle is President Trump explaining that Gavin Newsom's major crime and main crime is, running for governor. Perfect from Donald Trump here.
And what crime has he committed that would warrant his arrest? What crime has Governor Newsom committed?
A crime has he committed?
Yeah, to warrant his arrest, as you
I think
suggested
his
earlier.
primary crime is running for governor because he's done such a bad job. What he's done to that state is like what Biden did to this country. And that's pretty bad. It's the wrong philosophy. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants, many of them prisoners. They're taking up your health care. They're taking up your space in schools. They're taking up your hospital. And in many cases, they're criminals. And we have to do something about it. And we're doing something about it.